Hi guys, just making a quick video of my base. I'll post the blueprints in the description if anyone's interested. It makes 12 batteries a minute and about 5 syringes a minute because we're also making the Cuprium Components over here, which works out about 5,000 a week maybe, just over. Down here we've got the Sheronite components being made if you need those. And up here we've got the Value 4 batteries to keep me at 4,500 power. That's pretty much it for the main base. This is the Subpack where all the Xiranite's being made, and a lot of the sandleaf powders. That's pretty much it for here. Not a lot really going on. So yeah, let's jump into it. What you will need is your regional level at level 8 in Wuling, just for the extra purity increase. And it's not necessary, but level 12 for Value 4 for the meta storage, but it's not necessary. I'll show you why in a minute. We put a couple of thermal banks down in the corner here, just so we got a little bit of power. You might need 2 or 3, depending on what batteries you got. I'm going to put some of the new ones in. It should get me to about 6,000 power. Yeah, so I got 6.6 there. Like I said, you might need 2 or 3 depending on what you put in there. You're only going to need about 4,000 power, not even that. So if we hop on over to the Subpack now. So if you rotate the base so the pond is at the bottom, and this is how I've got my pumps set up. I've got 2 pumps converging into 1 pipe there, and another 2 pumps converging into 1 pipe here. Move the Subpack up the top here. And we can place down the sub bottom first. We put that down as far as it can go. You can connect the pipes here. And then connect this pipe here. Then you can move the Subpack down here. Doesn't really matter whether you put it there or there. Either way is fine. Then we're going to place the top part. Right there. So that's all that. So what we're going to do now is put some sand leaves down in these bottom facilities here. And do the same on these top ones. And then in these side ones, it doesn't really matter what you put in here. You can put in the Yazhen there, or this one. They both produce the same one, to be honest. That's all that. If you give that a few minutes, that will all stabilize. Start making some Xiranite. So if we go on back over to the main base now. So if you rotate this base, so the river's on the right hand side here. I've got 2 pumps here. 1 pump there. Another 2 pumps at the bottom. So if you come over here to the left hand side, what we're going to place down first is the Plants+Bank blueprint. And if you look on the left hand side there, I've put a belt down with a square. If you place that just on that little see those little yellow flowers on the left there, where I've got it placed now, in between the square. That's where you want to put it, like here, just so it goes around these patch of yellow flowers. And then you can actually remove that after, once you've got it in the right spot. Now, if you bring the base back up here, place that there. What you want on this output here is your batteries, whichever ones you've got. At the minute, I've got loads of new ones, so I'm going to put those out. So they'll go into there. So now that's down. So now what we're going to put down is the SC battery blueprint. If you bring that down here and connect the belt just to the very end of it, like that. And then you're actually going to rotate that and then put another one at the top in the same spot, like there. So it should look like that. Now put this Cuprium one down. That should slide just in between here, like that. Just so the belt connects to the AIC, and that pipe connects up. Like that. You come down here, actually turn this off here, this protocol slash. I'll say why in a minute. That's that down. So now we're going to put down this Xircon Effluent here. Down in the right hand corner here. It should just hook around like that. Like so. And now we're going to put the Xircon blueprint down. Again, that one hooks on the corner just like that. So it should look something like that. Now what we're going to do is connect these pipes up here. Those two there. This one here. And these two up here. Sometimes it won't let you connect it. If you try to connect to the bridge here, you've got to go past. Like that. Then what we're going to do is put down the HC battery one here, this blueprint. Just on the corner here. Like that. What I was saying earlier about getting the Valley 4 regional level up to level 12, it's not necessary, but if you don't have level 12, you won't be able to do this, because you will need to set your regional transfer up with this dense originium powder. So if you can't do this, don't bother putting this down, this blueprint. Just come down here and put another thermal bank down here or something, the same as here, so you've got two of them. And then down here, you can actually put the Sheronite gear blueprint. But if you don't want to make these yet, so if you put that there, if you don't want to make these yet, just turn these depots off. And then put some sandleaf powders in here. And put a Yazhen plant in here. give it a few minutes to stabilize. So what I like to actually do now is just go around and unclog all these machines. I'll let it make one, then remove the excess. Like that. Reset all that. Let's make sure these refiners ain't clogging up as well. I wouldn't really worry about these clogging up. So this protocol slash here, I was telling you to turn off earlier. If you wanted to make any Cuprium parts, so you want to send these to your depot, just turn off this gearing unit here, and then turn this protocol slash on. So what's going to happen, they'll eventually clog up in here, and then they'll start going into the protocol slash. So that's what that is actually for. But as I don't need them, I'm going to turn that back off. Turn that one back on. And down here, if you notice you're getting low on Sheronite Reserves, so you don't have any to begin with, because we're making 12 batteries a minute, we're using all 120 a minute Sheronite on here. But these are also using 5 a minute for Xiranite, so you will actually be losing 5 Xiranite a minute. So if you're low, or you don't have any, you come down here, turn on this pipe control port there, turn on this item control port here, and then turn off this pipe control port. What that's going to do is basically turn these two machines off and lower your battery production down to 9 a minute, but you'll end up making 20 to 25 a minute Xiranite. So then once you see that's gone back up and you've got a nice amount of reserves left, just come back down, turn these back off, and then turn that one back on. I mean, I got 51,000 at the minute, so I don't need any. What I usually do when I turn these two off, I'll turn the Sheronite component production on, just so I make some of these at the same time while I'm getting some of these back. And then I'll turn that off when I turn those back on. Another thing, the reason why I'm sending off a bottle here every now and then is because this isn't working at full efficiency. So the bottles will actually eventually clog up in here, which would end up clogging the filling unit up, and then the moulding unit will clog up, and then your refiners will clog up. And if they get clogged, it affects all your sewage line, so then that will affect your batteries. So that's why the bottle's being sent off every now and then, to try and prevent that. That is pretty much it, I think, on my base. Don't forget to remove those 2 thermal banks you placed down earlier. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.